Yeah, it's back about a little earlier than usual because we have a very special guest in the 4 o'clock hour. I think, turns out, it might work better for everybody's schedule anyway because I know Carl Gerbschmidt's always very busy. This way, Dan from Woodbury can respect the segment by being in studio.
What's that?
Carl, my sources tell me that you have a series of demands.
No, just a couple.
Okay, that need to be met before you will agree to go forward with your picks. Go ahead, lay it out for us.
They're very reasonable, and I'm going to just tell them to you.
Okay.
Number one, I want everyone to pay attention. Right? That's what I want. I want everyone to pay attention. That means everybody. That's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
It's not the least bit funny.
Okay.
Okay. Is everybody going to do that?
Well, I'm going to do it.
All right,
We'll stop now if we don't have. If this is not going to happen, we'll just stop now.
Well, I can't promise. I'll try really hard.
Don't take this wrong, Carl.
Yeah.
There are times where it's hard to follow you a little bit, and we lose the train of thought or the thread a bit, and so our minds might wander.
Because you're not very bright.
Well, no, actually, we're...
I understand. I can accept that. You're not very smart. Okay, all right. That's a good excuse.
Okay.
I'll go with that. But you better be trying.
Okay.
That's all I got to say. Okay.
All right. What's
the... Two.
Okay.
Item number 2.
You know what?
What is this?
What's wrong?
In the intro to this segment, it says that you are everybody's favorite NFL wonk.
Right.
You're not mine. I want that stricken from the intro.
You still don't get it, do you?
All right.
I want that stricken from the intro.
Guardsy?
Well, it's too late now. I mean, it's too late to do it today.
For today you can't do it, but I assume you'll have it fixed by next week.
All right, next week. I think I can.
Fair to you?
I can agree to that. I mean, I don't really like ceding that much control of the program because it's not your show.
I didn't say it's my show.
Yeah,
I
but
said you're not my favorite NFL one.
It doesn't have much to do with this. I mean, respecting the segment.
Look, if you don't set up a good basis for your segment,
then
what do you have?
I don't know. What do you have?
You don't.
Common would know that better than the two of us.
Nothing. You got nothing. You got
Nothing.
You got 3 hours worth of gibberish.
Hey.
He resembles that remark.
I resemble that remark.
Okay, so that's okay? Is that okay?
That's up to you to make that decision. I can't make that call.
Does it seem fair to you?
It's reasonably fair. Can I ask you one question first, though?
Sure.
If you want to get some, you got to bring some. If you want to get
question.
some, you got to bring some.
It's really not a question. It's an observation.
No, it's not a question.
But do you agree?
That if you want to get some, you got to bring some?
Correct.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. All right.
And if you want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And you can't beat the man.
Who's the man?
I am the man.
How can you be the man when I'm the man?
Champion of the Ultimate Football Challenge. And who is leading
that gum chili hot, right, boys? Get that chili hot.
Who is leading the football challenge this year?
I don't know.
Chris Hauke was.
I am.
I thought it was Hauke.
I think it was Hauke.
He was.
Well, you're not leading our standings.
Okay, first week didn't count.
What do you mean it didn't count?
It didn't count.
Because you did have a...
I haven't gotten to my last demand.
Well,
you
said there were 2 demands.
You said a couple demands.
Yeah,
that's 2. A couple is 2.
I got an extra one now. Okay.
Well, be precise.
Last demand.
Be precise.
This gets back into the whole respect thing. Who is the champion of the National Football League? The Green Bay Packers. Okay, who is the champion of Ultimate Football Challenge? Me. Okay, so I expect a couple things. Number one is that every now and then...
So now you're up to 4 demands.
You will pick the Packer game. Okay? You'll not just... Because you think it's funny. I know. I listen. And you're giggling and because you know what? These things that are on record. You can go to your website and listen to this. Okay? It's on record. So you can't, lie and stuff.
It's all about the wiener.
For you, maybe.
Yeah, but we're trying to pick games in which we're not sure of the outcome. We know Green Bay is going to win every week.
No suspense.
I'll give you, but the bottom line is people care. You're picking against the spread. People care about the Packers.
In your state, they do, yes.
And in your state, they do, too.
Not really. Well, now...
Oh, let me think. Which station has a Green Bay Packers show, who is also the rights to the holder of the football team.
That's at 8 in the morning. Nobody's listening.
No, everyone cares. People care.
I heard they're moving that show to AM 11:30 is what they're doing. That's what I heard.
Well, that wouldn't be very good.
That's what I heard they're doing.
I don't believe that.
All right.
Gerby,
Tune in at the same time, same bat channel, and see if it's on.
well, you're safe this week because, indeed, Packers are included because it's a good game and it's against the Bears, and the outcome, believe it or not, is in doubt.
Okay, so then you're meeting my demands?
I guess we're meeting that.
Let's proceed with the segment.
Thank you. It's big of you. I really appreciate
There will be respect for this segment. There will be.
I appreciate that. Gerby was 3-0 last week.
Yeah, I did.
Unfortunately, you were 0-3 the week before.
Didn't count.
So you're in third place at 3-3. Common is 2-4. Common's 2-4, 1-2 last week. Guardsy leads at 5-1 overall. 2-1 last week. I was 2-1 last week, and I'm at 4-2.
My Twitter is blowing up.
Well, that often happens. That's the impact we've had on your life.
My
You won't admit.
record would be better if I'd paid closer attention, I think. I'd like that. You know what? He said he doesn't want week 1 to count. I don't want I don't want last week to count.
Well, either week, but you're 1 and 2 both weeks, so it doesn't matter.
Number 1 didn't count. There's good reason for number 1 not counting.
Well,
Why?
let's have both weeks not count.
You want to just start over?
Let's just start over.
No, we're not starting over. It's not golf.
Got me there.
That's a good one. You know what? Let's pause and actually get to the games. Can we do that?
Sure.
We'll pause. We'll get to the ball games.
Now that we've met Carl's demands,
I think we
can proceed with the
Do you
segment.
feel satisfied?
Now.
Do you feel like the segment will be respected of your demands being met?
Yeah, I feel like we have a good respect now.
I don't know how long it's going to last, but we're going to give it our best shot.
That's up to you and your limited intelligence.
Oh, my. We'll get a quick pause in, and then we'll get our 3 games, which will include, of course, Vikings and Detroit Lions, the official picks coming up.
You're listening to Dan Barreiro.
Terrible.
Weekdays at 3 on The Fan.
Lavelli Neal III in studio, beginning about 4:35 or so. Drew Sharp, Detroit Free Press on the City of Winners.
Lavelle was holding court downstairs.
He loves being in here.
He had us laughing, crying, all in the same breath.
I hope he's. He didn't leave it all out on the anteroom. I'd like to think he'll have something left when he comes with us. Predictions a little early today to accommodate guest schedules. Carl Gerbschmidt is indeed back with us as well. Can we start actually picking games now that we've allegedly met all of your demands?
Yeah, it's fine with me. It's your show.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's start with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Nice little matchup here. They're at home. Are you okay? What are you?
Yeah, I thought it's going to happen.
Well, you're not exactly respecting the segment with those little stupid, distracting laughs.
I'm injecting my personality into the show.
Oh, so when you do it, it's personality.
Is that what it is?
When anybody else does it,
funny.
It's just not respecting the thing.
Yeah.
You've gotten really, really high maintenance. You know that?
I'm sorry, but let's just pick.
Tampa Bay is favored by 1.5.
What happens when you win? You can't talk BS unless you win.
Tampa Bay is favored by 1.5 at home over the Atlanta Falcons. Dan from Woodbury. That's not respecting the segment.
Yeah.
Or are you just not respecting the game?
Yeah, the game, the game doesn't do a lot for me, though I will take Atlanta, despite the fact that I thought Atlanta was out of it.
Yeah, you gave up on Atlanta.
I gave up on the Falcons because I thought they'd get beat by Philadelphia, too, and I thought the Falcons were going to a 3-13 type of season. No, I'm going to change my mind.
All right.
Because I'm going to say Tampa Bay, aren't they sort of in a must-win situation?
Well, they're
1-1 at home,
and they are playing at home.
I'll take Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay.
You saw enough of the Bucks last week to say maybe they're legit, and you still don't trust Atlanta.
Well, I do like Freeman. I must admit, I do like the kind of quarterback he is.
Billick was raving about him yesterday.
He's a quarterback that can run and throw. We got some of these guys that all they can do is run. Some guys that only can throw. He can throw and run. I like him. I think they win.
Although he threw a couple of ducks, like the interception was telegraphed and easily what could have been an interception that kills their chance to tie the game. But I like him as well. Gerby.
Here's the deal. In the last 11 games, Atlanta is 8-3 against the spread. and they're 6-2 against NFC South against the spread. And
you're starting to take this a little too seriously.
For a game you said we shouldn't care about.
Well, first of all, and the favorite is 7-3 in the last 10 of these. So here's the other thing, though, is that if Tampa Bay thinks they're going to get away with the kind of crap they pull against the two lousy teams they played first 2 games, they're not going to get away with that. And Atlanta will kill them. And Atlanta will kill them.
So you're saying Atlanta big?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay will knock off the Falcons, who did impress me with their comeback. I picked them over the Eagles just because I thought they were desperate enough. But I didn't see enough against Philly to think that they're all the way back or they're a team that is quite as good as some of the experts say. And I was kind of disparaging Tampa's schedule last year with their 10-6 record. They got some pieces. They got some very interesting pieces. They are at home. They have to be energized by what took place against the Purple. So I will take Tampa in what could very well be a barn burner kind of game.
I will take the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know if you guys saw the same game I saw on Sunday here in Mall of America Field, but the Vikings just handed Tampa that game. I mean, it was just if they wouldn't have lined up wrong a couple of times, they would have walked in for a couple of scores.
In for scores, yeah.
So I was there, and that's what I saw. So I was on the Falcons last week. I still think the Falcons are a better team. I'm not necessarily sold on Tampa. They definitely didn't do anything to win that game last Sunday, but I'll take the Atlanta Falcons to win.
What are you talking about? Percy Harvin? Or are you being Adrian Peterson? I'm not sure which.
Either one. Who's going to play more for the Vikings? Because that's who I want. I guess I'll be Adrian because Percy won't play.
I think the Lions softened up the Buccaneers for everybody else is what happened.
I think that Tampa has played 2 pretty lousy teams. And they won one last one. Atlanta's pretty good.
Packers are in Chicago, favored by 3.5 over the Monsters of the Midway. Dan from Woodbury.
I'll take the Bears. I like the Bears at home. I think I'll go with the desperation factor. I generally don't like going with the desperation factor this early in the season, but I'm going to go with the desperation factor because they know any team in the Central knows the Packers are going to win a lot of games. You don't want to get too far behind them too early because
two games back.
Yeah, then you're playing for a wild card, which is always annoying. So I will say that the Bears will, because of a desperation, they'll find a way to win the game. It'll be close.
Carl,
what's the spread?
3.5.
Yeah. I think they'll cover too.
They'll cover.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
On grass, the Packers in the last 9 games are 7-2 against the spread. Chicago is 4-9 in the last 13 games played in week number 3. So there you go. So
what does that mean?
It means
how about this stat?
This week.
How about this stat? They're 9-1 at home against NFC North teams the last 10 games.
Oh, that's just a coincidence. So that is.
Well, that's all right.
No, but besides, that's very good. I mean, my gosh, if you see them play, they're not very good. I mean, we will shred them. I mean, literally, it's almost like we don't even have to put a defense out because it'll take us 6-8 plays to score anyway. We'll outscore them even if we didn't even have a defense.
So you're saying the Packers will win but not cover?
The Packers will shred the Bears and cover.
All right. Well, here's the dilemma for me. Who's the coordinator for the Bears? Mike Martz?
Mike Martz.
He has...
That's stupid.
Well, last week, I can't argue with you because here's the box that he has put himself in, all right? Last week, with 2 offensive linemen out against a team that was sending 9 rushers, he threw on like 72 consecutive plays. This is a team that really doesn't have a number 1 wide receiver, and it didn't work. The Bears got embarrassed after what was still a pretty close game at the half. I think it was 16-10.
I had an emailer suggest that, you know how they're cracking down on people if they're hurting players? Try to protect them, the quarterbacks and such like that.
Yes.
March should be fined a couple $100,000 for the way he treated Jay Cutler.
Well, it's not a bad point. But here's my point. If you watch Green Bay's games, what's the most vulnerable aspect of that club defensively? It's their secondary. You can throw for
there isn't one.
You can throw 500 yards on them anytime. So,
no, you cannot.
So is Martz going to be able to do what he needs to do, which is probably throw even more than he did last week, or is he going to feel obligated and chastened by how bad it went, and with a line that's not very good, and with pressure from the head coach to say, nope, hand it off. Nope, better be another handoff. And then on 3rd and 9, we'll throw. That's my dilemma here. Here's what I'll say. I think the Bears will not win this game. I do think they'll cover. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think in the end, Martz will be unable to do what he should do because he was so stupid about how he went about his business last week.
I thought we talked about respecting the segment.
Well, why is this not respecting the segment?
Because you're wrong.